Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neal. Sitting next to me is Jeff. How are you, man?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Neal?
Doing well. And Ken is over there. How are you?
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing well. Matt is not here today. He actually isn't doing anything. There's no excuse for it. He'll never listen to this episode, and he's never going to know that we're mad at him. He's not here.
Very furious.
I think he forgot. I think he spent too much time at the famous roastery in Chicago.
He was literally supposed to be here.
Right.
Yeah. He had one job, and he failed.
He failed. He has two jobs, though.
That's true.
He has this real job and then this.
And then
whatever this is.
And then the odd job here and there where he throws hats at people.
Job.
Yeah, right.
I'd like that.
So Matt isn't here, but we have two very special guests here that we'll get to in 1 second. But the reason they're here is for a special geek game that we're doing today. So it's just going to be all different geek questions that came to us from some great listeners, Chris Hayth, Andrew Hansen, and Natalie Anderson. And then I filled out a few of those questions with some of my own. Yes, thank you.
Thanks, everybody, but Neal.
Yeah, everyone but me, yes. But they sent us some questions for a special geek game. And the reason it's a geek game is coming up is Geek Bowl. So if any of you are coming into town for Geek Bowl, we're doing a special meetup with all of our friends. It's a meetup of your favorite trivia podcasters and Illuminati friends. So we're going to be at Bar Louie, Printers Row on Thursday, March 5th, starting at 7 p.m. till about 1 a.m. For any stragglers that are still kind of passing out, you'll have a little bit more time, but we want to get you out of there at 1 p.m. or some of us will turn into Dalton from Roadhouse.
Is that what happens?
That's what happens. So someone's throat's going to get ripped out.
Is Dalton going to be there bouncing as well?
A version of Dalton will be there, or maybe the ghost of Patrick Swayze. I'm not sure.
Maybe we should do a Dalton contest.
We could. Who can recite his rules the best?
Okay.
Well, we could do that. But the hosts of Complete the List, Misinformation, Sports Trivia Face-Off, Something Birds, Trivia Warfare, and of course us are going to be there along with our friends from Learned League, the Illuminati group run by Tara Whittle. But it's going to have two full bars, cash bars, a karaoke area provided by our friend Jason Borsum from Liquid Courage Entertainment. Some on-demand t-shirt printing from inkedandscreen.com, our supplier for t-shirts, specialty drinks, limited food menu, all that good stuff. So if you go to any of those pages, any of those podcasts that you listen to, you'll see the Eventbrite link. And we just want to get a number of who is going to show up. So it doesn't cost anything to get to. We just want to have you sign up so we know who's going to be there. And we can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, our special guest sitting across from us, you may have seen them on Ken's Body. Their work, I should say, on Ken's Body. They work at...
thanks.
Yeah, exactly. They work at the Modern Electric in Forest Park, the great tattoo shop. And joining us in the studio are Lou Skywalker and Harley Fezekas. How's it going, guys?
What's going on, guys?
It's going good.
So let's start with Harley. You've put a lot of art on Ken as far as tattoos are concerned. I guess some other types of art, maybe. I don't know.
No, just tattoos.
Just tattoos. So why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
I've been tattooing for about 11, maybe 12 years now. I don't quite remember. But I started...
all a whirlwind, right?
Yeah. Started shortly out of high school, a year or two after, and I've probably been tattooing Ken for, 9 years now?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I try to get at least one a year. Lately, I've sped up the increments.
I don't mind. So, 12 or 13 then.
12 or 13 years, that's a long time. And Lou Skywalker, you're here as well. We bonded earlier over our love of Justin Timberlake.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm Lou Skywalker. I own the Modern Electric in Forest Park. Pretty big Star Wars nerd. I've been tattooing somewhere around 11 years now. Yeah,
so both of you, we'll get to it later, your Instagrams, but they're Star Wars themed. And Lou, you were saying that you actually had some paperwork from Lucasfilm about your name.
So I... been, I guess, around the Star Wars scene for a pretty long time now, and I used to abuse using the name Luke Skywalker a lot, and finally got a NDC from them being like, hey, stop doing that. But my friend Shane Turgeon, who created the book Force in the Flesh, don't know what he did, but he schmoozed it over with them, and they allowed me to put tattoo work in that book under the name Luke Skywalker, so they're pretty cool with it now, and I've not gotten any threats from them.
So there's no evidence that he did take the child or Baby Yoda for normal people and kidnapped it, right, and held him ransom.
I mean, there's no evidence, but it's got to be pretty easy to cover up.
I think so. I think so too.
He's a little small baby. He fits in a satchel.
But yeah, when you go to these guys' shop, you can clearly see how into comics and Star Wars and Power Rangers and just all sorts of nerdy things they're into, just like me. So we thought it would be really fun to have a geek-themed game for them today. So they're going to team up. They're going to be Team Modern Electric.
Yeah.
And me and Jeff are going to team up, and we're going to be Team Triviality, I guess, right?
Yeah, that seems easy enough to remember. Team Triviality versus Team Modern Electric. And if you want to go to their website, it's tmetattoo.com. And I think we're going to do a little promotion, right, guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are.
So I guess if you're in town for Geek Bowl, or even if you're in Chicago before Geek Bowl, from February 4th, the day this episode goes out, to March 9th, the Monday after Geek Bowl, there'll be a little promotion if you mention Triviality. What are you thinking, guys?
We're doing a 10% off your total or sitting or whatever for Harley and I. So if you come in, make an appointment, get a tattoo, you get 10% off.
Mention Triviality to
Mention
get that promotion.
Triviality.
Yeah,
Yes.
and if you get one of us tattooed on you, we'll show up and hang out with you for the duration.
Or our logo, really.
Or a logo.
Or you just want us to hang out. You know,
Yeah, we could do
let us
that
know.
too. And Ken's been trying to convince me to maybe get a tattoo, so maybe I'll get one finally.
There you go.
I don't know.
Other than the one that you have.
That I may or may not
Or
have.
maybe touch that one up.
Maybe, if I have one. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, let's throw it to the rules guy to see what the rules are today.
He's going to do it as Jar Jar Binks.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
The cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
That was pretty solid.
Yeah, it's a good impression, really.
It was. Maybe we get the guy who did Jar Jar Binks. He's probably on Cameo.
Yeah, we could probably get him.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Minimum, he's on Cameo.
Minimum. So yeah, like we said, this is going to be a geek-centric game. A lot of the questions, most of them from Chris Hayth, Andrew Hansen, and Natalie Anderson. Let's see if this game works for you guys. So question 1, it's going to be about The Simpsons. In The Simpsons, a comic book guy translated what piece of literature into Klingon for his thesis as part of his folklore and mythology master's degree?
We are just going to lock in with a guess because I don't know, man. I am smart, much smarter than you, Hibbert.
I'm going to lock in with like a rant.
Dude, you take a guess, because I don't know.
We're going to go with Othello.
Ooh, Othello. Nice. All right. And Team Triviality?
We're guessing the Bible.
All right. Maybe to Ken, this might be considered the Bible. It's actually Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
So yes, Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
So that was Lord of the Rings. And speaking of Lord of the Rings, question 2. At one point, Gandalf calls Legolas what full name, which is effectively coupling his name and its translation like an epithet?
All right, we're locked in on this one, I think.
Where's Catherine when you need her?
Yeah, Catherine is another fantastic artist at their shop.
Oh, she's a Lord of the Rings fan?
She's a Lord of the Rings
encyclopedia.
savant.
Let's take this opportunity. Who else you got working at the shop right now?
We've got Leo Friend. He's our apprentice. We've got Manos Althetakis. He's been tattooing somewhere around like 15 years or something. He did my first tattoo, actually. And then we've got our manager, Alex Jamrosi.
Nice.
I would happily sit in any of their chairs.
Yeah, I think that's a good sign. If any of the tattoo artists are someone you want to get inked by. So what are you guys thinking?
I just, I put Legolas squared.
Oh, okay. Legolas Squared?
Yep.
That's pretty good. That's a good band name.
So I don't know. I think his name translates as Greenleaf, so Legolas Greenleaf.
Yes, so Gandalf calls him Legolas Greenleaf, which is Legolas translated, basically. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
Legolas Greenleaf. Yep.
Finally, that college class I took on Lord of the Rings is paying off.
There you go.
The only thing from college that's paid off.
I'm going to learn how much geek stuff I do not know.
So question number 3. Throughout the Back to the Future trilogy, one of my favorites, we learn that Doc Brown likes to name his dogs after famous people. He has Copernicus in 1955 and Einstein in 1985. We also discover that Doc has continued this naming trend when he journeys back to the future at the end of part 3 with his 2 sons. What are the names of his 2 sons?
No, we're locked in.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I almost remember this because we learned the other day that there was a Back to the Future cartoon, and it's
Oh, yeah?
about his kids.
Oh, I didn't know it was about his kids.
Yeah, I mean, like, his kids are like the main characters in it.
Well, then you can have a fun shot at that question there, sir. Yeah, take it.
So you guys are
Go
locked
with
in?
it.
Yeah, we're locked
that
in.
works.
All right, we'll start with Jeff and Ken.
Well, named in honor of a book that he shares his affection for with Mrs. Claire Clayton, he names his sons Jules and Vern.
How many times have you seen Back to the Future Part 3, Jeff?
Twice.
Just twice. And what did you guys lock in with?
We went with, huh? And what?
That's what I'm gonna name my kids, actually, depending on how ugly they are.
That's a really smart naming there. Yeah, Jeff is correct. It is Jules and Vern, after Jules Verne. All right, so we'll just move right on to question 4. Hopefully get you guys some points here. So speaking of the name Jules, it's the affectionate nickname given to character Juliet O'Hara, detective of the Santa Barbara Police Department and partner of Detective Lassiter, in what television series that has spawned 2 television movies after its initial run? And many times the lead character puts his fingers to his temple, pretending to know what the answer is.
I think I do know it now.
That is definitely not right, but go with it because I grew up on that. So,
What's your answer?
We're going with Walker, Texas Ranger.
Ooh, classic. It's going to be remade with Jared Padalecki coming out soon. Yep.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, so Jared
good
Padalecki.
old Sam Winchester.
Yeah, from Supernatural. He wanted to do a show in his home state of Texas, and he's going to be in the reboot of Walker, Texas Ranger.
So as for us, we actually didn't write anything. Psych.
Psych is
We
correct.
guessed Psych.
That's right. Psych.
That makes
Sean
sense.
Spencer. Yeah.
I've never even heard of that in my life.
I've never watched that.
A lot of geek references if you like that. I think a lot of very quick-witted jokes and impressions and whatnot. Yep. So the answer was Psych, and second TV movie is coming out pretty soon. John Cena was in one of them, which is always welcomed. So, and he's in the new Fast and Furious trailer.
I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, he
I
looks.
can't see it.
You can't see it. Well, yeah, you're just gonna forcibly not see it. He was on the poster, but like you said, you couldn't see him on the poster either. So question number 5. During pre-production of the 1978 TV series The Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner was considered too alliterative of a name by the TV executives. What was his name changed to?
J. Jonah Jameson.
Peter Parker.
Peter Parker, Peter Porker. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
You can do that, but you can't say
All
about
right,
it.
we're locked in.
You're locked in. So what are you guys thinking? So it wasn't Bruce Banner.
I didn't
We're
know they
going
ever
with-
changed his name.
David Banner.
David Banner's correct. You got points on the board. And what do you
We
guys...
said Royce.
Did you actually know that, or
Yeah.
We said Royce Drobwin.
Royce Drabwin. It is not Royce Drabwin.
Royce and Travel.
So speaking of Royce Drabwin, really quick,
I thought we got that one right?
you did get it right. Speaking of Royce Drabwin, so 2 people in the last 2 weeks, unprompted, which is kind of funny. They sent me a message, and they said, "Is this you?" And it was a GIF of Royce Drabwin drinking coffee, saying "yummy."
You were made into a GIF.
If someone made me into a GIF,
Are you going viral?
Holy-
viral yet, but Sam Carr, someone who's been on the show before, and he did the Skarn rules reading a couple weeks ago. He texted me and he goes, "Is this you?" And I was like, "Yeah, how did you find it?" He goes, "Oh, I found this GIF and my wife sent it to me," and she said, and I said, "Oh, that's Neal?" And she goes, "Neal who?" And he goes, "Oh, from Triviality."
What?
Yeah, it's so random.
Oh my God.
So apparently if you type "yummy" into Giphy, it pops up. So
Holy crap.
yeah.
I'm going to send this
Nice.
all the time.
It's this creepy character I did. You guys will probably enjoy it. But all right. So at the end of the first 5 questions here, little score recap. You have how many points, Jeff?
3?
30?
30 points. All right. And you guys have 10. So it's not too much of a climb.
Very nice.
All right. So speaking of the Hulk, we talked about David Banner. In one of Marvel's What If series, Hulk and She-Hulk get married, and their lives become much like those on I Love Lucy. Why would this be bizarre?
Okay, I think I know. Is it okay if I lock in?
We're locked in.
All right. Let's start with Team Modern Electric first.
It's because they're cousins.
All right. And Ken?
Oh, that makes more sense. we said because they're from different Marvel universes.
But they are correct.
And those
They are-
can never cross over, as we know.
as Matt always likes to say, a rule he wished was still instated. They're first cousins. So
Come on, throwing Matt under the bus like that.
You
no,
don't show up. This is the consequences.
yeah. So yeah, they are first cousins. So that is points to Modern Electric. All right. So question 7. This actress and former television and newsroom personality released a book in 2010 entitled Suck It, Wonder Woman, The Misadventures of a Hollywood Geek. What is her name?
So we're locked in.
All right. So feel free, you guys can talk out loud if you want to each other.
We're locked
no
in
help.
with, yeah.
Oh, you got a guess?
Just a random.
Okay. What's your random guess?
Amy Poehler.
Oh, good guess. Good guess.
She's on that news show on Saturday Night Live.
That's a good guess.
We're going to say Linda Carter, who I think played Wonder Woman.
She did.
In the,
Linda Carter
80s, 70s?
did play Wonder Woman. The newsroom clue in there was from the television show The Newsroom. It's actually Olivia Munn.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Her work on G4.
Yep. She was on Attack the Show, a Newsroom.
The Newsroom, yeah.
Yes. So
The
Olivia
HBO
Munn.
series?
HBO series.
Was she
yeah.
on Newsroom, though?
She was on Newsroom.
Okay.
I think she was on Newsroom. So speaking of Olivia Munn, as I noted in the previous question, she was on Aaron Sorkin's television show, The Newsroom. And this one's going to be kind of fun. It's going to take a little bit of thinking.
Great.
I know. I went down a rabbit
It's a
hole.
Neal
Clearly,
question.
I've been doing good at that.
Yep. This one is clearly a Neal question. So Aaron Sorkin has been credited as a writer on 8 feature films. Okay. I discovered that in 5 of those 8 films, at least one of the top 2 billed actors have appeared in a comic book or graphic novel adaptation. Can you name one of the other 3 where both actors have appeared in a comic book adaptation? So 3 of his 8 movies, both top billed actors were in a comic book adaptation. So can you just name any one of those 3?
As you said no, I was writing no as my answer.
You know what? I think me and Jeff need to go walk and talk about this question.
Oh, I can do you guys just want to name any Aaron Sorkin movie? And see?
We're going to say High Flying Bird.
Okay. What about you guys?
I didn't know who Aaron Sorkin was until you said his name just now.
All right.
Same.
All right. Well, so that's 2 taps. Okay. So he's written a lot of great films. So the other ones that aren't the answer. Jack Nicholson was in A Few Good Men, and he's from Batman, played the Joker. Tom Hanks, Charlie Wilson's War. He was in Road to Perdition, the graphic novel adaptation. Brad Pitt was in Moneyball, and he was also in Deadpool 2. Michael Fassbender was in Steve Jobs. He played Magneto. And Jessica Chastain was in Molly's Game. She was in Dark Phoenix. Now, the answers are the movie Malice. Alec Baldwin was in The Shadow, and Nicole Kidman in Aquaman. The American President. Michael Douglas was in Ant-Man. Annette Bening was in Captain Marvel. And then the one I thought you guys were going to get, The Social Network. Jesse Eisenberg was Lex Luthor, and Andrew Garfield is Spider-Man.
That's tough.
That is right.
Yeah, so there's a lot. It's pretty crazy, though.
These are facts.
It's hard to find actors who are not in comic book movies
Nowadays. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I like that you even counted The Shadow.
Well, I wasn't going to because it was technically a pulp magazine, but then it had a comic book series, so I was like, I had to include it.
And
Technically.
Billy Zane was the Phantom.
Billy Zane was a Phantom, you're right. All right, number 9. After seeing The Rise of Skywalker and Lando Calrissian again, the author of this question, Chris Hayth, went to the store and bought some of the beer that Billy D. Williams used to do commercials for. What's the name of that beer? And bonus point, what national brewer actually brews this beverage?
We're locked in.
Okay.
This
We're locked
question
in.
works every time.
What do you guys think over at Modern Electric?
We're going to go with Colt 45.
Okay, and any bonus points there? Where it's brewed? You don't have to.
Milwaukee, maybe? I don't know.
Okay.
We're going to say Colt 45 and also Milwaukee. Why not?
Okay.
If you guess that right.
Well, do you know? Milwaukee is correct, but do you know the actual brewer?
Schlitz.
No.
Schlitz. Okay.
No.
Old style? I
Also,
don't know.
no. Okay, so no bonus points. It was PBR.
Okay.
But Colt 45 is correct. You get points for that. So great job.
Sad that I'm the only one at the table that probably hasn't seen it yet.
This just makes me sick.
Oh, Rise of Skywalker. Yeah. Thoughts?
I'm slacking.
Makes us sick.
Okay, well,
That's fair.
I'm going to put it this way. I
Completely
had
fair.
such a bad taste in my mouth from 8 that I waited
Oh, right.
until the midnight showing. I didn't see it at 7.
You didn't see the first showing.
No,
You had to go
no,
at
no.
midnight.
I wasn't-
I
gonna
need
give them
5
that
hours to
satisfaction.
breathe here.
These 7 o'clock showings the day before are kind of bull anyways.
It's like that.
Yeah.
That's just.
I feel like it's cheating.
It comes
like, it's
out
like,
that day then.
I kind of
Yeah, right.
like it. I'm getting old now.
Well, yeah, it's
I like
convenient.
it. People are still working.
It's convenient, but I got to take a stand, you know?
That's probably why like AMC and
That's the hill you're dying on?
Yeah.
their food menu has like fiber supplements for that 7 o'clock show. Then, right? All right, last question of the first round. Hopefully you guys will get this one to go strong into the half. In 2011, Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk gifted President Barack Obama an entry in this acclaimed role-playing video game series as it represented Poland's contribution to the global economy.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay. All right, so we'll start with Ken and
I
Jeff.
don't
You guys
know
were a
which
little
one it would
unsure.
be.
Yeah, we really don't know. We're just going to go with Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate. Okay, and what are you thinking, Harley?
The Witcher.
The Witcher's correct.
Oh.
10 points, yep. So Henry Cavill, his muscles busting out of his leather outfits, costume designer has to keep rehemming them.
So the books are
The books are Polish.
Polish. Okay.
Yeah,
That's the only reason I knew.
yeah, and that was the clue. So apparently, the game developers came to the author and said they wanted to make a video game, and he thought it was not going to make any money whatsoever, and so he just took a one-time fee instead of a lifetime percentage, and it ended up making a ton of money. But now he's okay because he's got the Netflix special, series and all that. So, all right, so let's get a score recap going into the half. Looks like Team Triviality has 40 points, and you also have 40 points.
Got 40.
Look at
That's
that.
all. That was almost all Lou, though.
That's all right. Lou's on it right now.
I
He's
contributed
feeling
with
it.
1.
Lou is feeling it. I think you guys are going to get a lot of points in this the swing round. But before we go to the swing round, Jeff, we've had some great uptick in Patreon support recently, which has been awesome. So can you talk a little bit about what it means to us starting this new year in 2020 that so many new people, new names that we aren't familiar with are joining the fray?
Yes, thank you so much to our patrons for their direct support for our show. It really does mean the world to us. It's the entire reason that our show can exist and thrive. If you'd like to join those patrons, you can do so at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast, where we have a lot of great perks, benefits, rewards, including great bonus episodes.
Yeah. Bonus episodes, bet fulfillments, stickers, posters, loot crates, character boxes.
You know what? We're not going to hit them all. Just go check it out, patreon.com.
Ritualistic sacrifices.
Yeah. I'll do it.
That's the $2,500 a month perk.
Yeah, a ritualistic sacrifice. You pick, I guess, I don't know. We'll make a voodoo doll.
You
with someone.
choose.
Actually, what we'll do is you pick someone you don't like, and instead of making a voodoo doll, we'll pay to send Jeff to them to annoy them until they just...
Till they
Not
combust.
that hard.
Until they combust. Yeah, until their head combusts like scanners. All right. So thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Ken. So going into the swing round, I think this is going to be okay for you guys. This one was written by Chris Hayth. I'm basically going to give you 10 Star Wars characters, and you just have to give me the name of their home planet.
God.
Okay.
All right. So maybe you guys will make up some ground here. So
is each one of the names one of the questions?
yes, what I'll do is
Okay.
I'm going to name 10 characters, and then you guys will have some time to take by yourselves, and then just write down their home planet. Okay. All right. So number 1 in these 10 Star Wars characters, Chewbacca. Number 2, Palpatine. Number 3, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Number 4, Han Solo. Number 5, the character of Rey. Number 6, Clone Commander Cody. Number 7, Darth Maul. Number 8, Jabba the Hutt. Number 9, Hera Syndulla. And number 10, Admiral Akbar. So we're just looking for the home planet of those characters, and feel free to take some time, and we'll be back with your answers. All the answers have been locked in, so let's see if we can get some extra points here for both teams. Let's start with Team Triviality. We're looking for the home planets of these 10 Star Wars characters. So number 1 was Chewbacca.
I believe in the native language it's pronounced but in common tongue it's Kashyyyk.
Okay.
Kashyyyk.
And Lou?
We also went with Kashyyyk.
All right, that is correct. 5 points to both teams. It sounded like Chewbacca needed the Heimlich there.
Yeah, that was not good.
Or was drowning, one or the other. Number 2 was Palpatine.
I can't do it, you know.
That's okay.
Oh, that was
That was
way
That was
better.
pretty good.
There you go.
You guys are all better at it than I am.
I'm not even gonna try.
I'm just gonna cut those out and put it where my impression is.
Lou and I are just going to go make some Chewbacca fanfic and an audio
in
version.
only Wookieese.
And, yeah, yeah.
All right, Palpatine. We're gonna say he's from the planet without Palpatine.
Okay.
No pulp.
No pulp.
No pulp.
All right. And Lou?
We're going to go with Coruscant.
And the answer is Naboo.
Really?
That was.
Yeah, so you guys said it.
You said an N.
Yeah,
And
I know.
I said Naboo. And you were like, no.
Shut up, Harley.
That's all right.
So did Naboo have multiple senators in the delegate?
I don't know. I know E.T. was one branch.
He was.
He was one of them, yeah.
How does this work?
I don't
How's
know.
What is it?
He's in the council. There's like a whole like little pool of ETs.
Yeah, I think there's like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
I feel like they wouldn't get any bills passed because they're too nice. They would just kind of go along with everything.
They're really good at communications though. So
That's
maybe.
true. That's true. Yeah, that's right. All right, number 3 was Obi-Wan Kenobi. Team Triviality.
He's from Scotland.
Okay. All right, and Lou?
We're just gonna go with like the episode 4. He's on Tatooine. We don't know where he's from.
All right, well, the answer, I don't know what it means, but it sounds to me like probably a username of a famous television personality, but it's Stu John. Stu John. So it's
Yep.
Jon Stewart's
Stu John
AOL email.
Stevens.
Maybe we'll
Yeah, Stu
Wasn't
John
gonna
Stevens.
get that one.
maybe we'll find out about that in the new series that's coming out.
There you go, on Disney Plus.
We absolutely better.
Today's episode brought to you by Disney Plus. Thanks, guys. All right.
They have all of the money, Neal.
And now we're on to number 4, which is Han Solo, Team Triviality.
That one trash planet from Solo that everybody's trying to get off of.
All right, and Lou?
We're gonna go with Corellia.
It is Corellia. Number 5 is Rey. Where's Rey from, Ken?
Jakku, maybe?
All right, and Lou?
We're going with Jakku.
That is correct. Both teams.
Maybe something I've seen in the last, couple months.
Yeah, there you go. This one, it was kind of tricky. The question writer wrote, Chris, Clone Commander Cody. Ken, what do you think?
Since he's a clone, think of sheep. So we said Dollywood.
Dollywood, okay. And Lou?
We went with the clone planet Camino.
And that was the trick. They're all made on Camino, all the clones. Dolly Parton Challenge, Ken? Do you know what that is? Are you going to do it?
What?
The Dolly Parton
I don't
Challenge?
know what that
Good
is.
old Llama
You know, it's
Sue.
like you do a picture of what you would be on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tinder. People have been doing it.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Number 7, Darth Maul. Where's Darth Maul from, Ken?
The land of the points.
All right. Land of the points. And Lou?
I was having trouble with this one, so I just went with Korriban.
It is not Korriban.
Is it Dathomir?
Dathomir.
Yeah, it is Dathomir.
Son of a... Because of the Night Sisters.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
the
those Night
sister-
Sisters.
Gladys
well.
Knight and the Night Sisters?
The...
So there's the Knights of Ren and then the Night Sisters.
That's what they
Yeah,
were,
it's like
right?
these witches that use force magic.
Oh, wow.
And like I actually knew this answer because I just played the new Star Wars video game, and it's like a main planet, and they're all on that planet.
Why do they have
That's
a
where
series?
Ventress comes from, too.
They expand on his story a lot in Clone Wars. Actually,
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool. Night Sisters? Sweet. Number 8 is Jabba the Hutt. Ken?
Oh, now I'm second guessing, but Tatooine?
Okay. And Lou?
Hutta.
Yep. Nal Hutta.
God.
Nal
He
Hutta.
lives on Tatooine.
Not to be confused with Niall Horan of One
Right.
Direction.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. At least I was halfway there.
So that is points to Modern Electric. 2 left here. We got number 9, Hira Sadula. What do you think, Ken?
I don't know who that is, so I said Naboo.
Okay. And Lou?
We went with question mark, but now I'm just going to say Nar Shaddaa.
Nar Shaddaa. It is actually Ryloth.
Never heard of that planet.
Neither have I, so we're in the same boat there. And last one of the swing round, Admiral Akbar. This question is not a trap. Ken, what's the answer?
Yeah, Trap 7.
Trap 7. All right, and Lou?
We're going to go with Mon Calamari.
That's right.
It is Mon Cala. That's right. All right, following the swing round, it looks like Team Modern Electric took a lead there. So they're at 70 points, and Team Triviality is trailing behind at 50, so still a close game.
Yeah, this is more like it.
Yes. So I think that maybe the tides will turn here. Number 1, according to his daughter Mika, what legendary actor who appeared in many of the films that inspired George Lucas to create Star Wars turned down the roles of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader because he worried the films would look cheap?
Okay, I'm going to lock in.
Okay. So feel free to talk, guys. What are you thinking on this one?
What?
So he's the star of many of the films George Lucas used as inspiration for...
Ripped off.
For Star Wars.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Have you
No.
ever seen Dune?
No. I haven't, actually.
I saw it when I was like 9, and I'm pretty sure Dune is like a big Star Wars ripoff movie.
I have no idea.
I don't know who's in Dune, so I'm going to guess a random actor.
Sting?
Sting's actually still in Dune. It was released in 1984, but
He just was in Dune. He stayed in Dune.
he stayed in Dune. He never left. I mean, that's Sting. So what do you guys think, Modern Electric?
We're going to go with Werner Herzog.
Every hair on my head they call Kinski.
I want to see the baby.
I want to see the baby.
Or the child. What does he say? Whatever.
I'd like to see the child.
We are going to say Toshiro Mifune.
It is Toshiro Mifune.
That
because-
is a wild guess that I would have never known.
So-
Yeah,
Yeah.
Star Wars is inspired by a lot of Kurosawa films, and Mifune was Kurosawa's guy.
Yep, he was the Leonardo DiCaprio to his Scorsese.
Just makes me think of Mustafar.
So Hidden Fortress is the one that he kind of took a lot from, about a princess whose kingdom was
Isn't
destroyed.
there a French film he borrows heavily from too?
Oh, there's a lot. Yeah. So number 2, speaking of Mifune, in 1961, he played famously a nameless Ronin stuck between rivals in a film that was clearly remade in 1964, also featuring a nameless character stuck between rivals, which was once again remade in 1996, but that time the character was called John Smith, but at least the original writers were credited. For 5 points each, can you name any of those films? They're all basically the same movie.
We're locked in.
Okay. So basically...
The Last Samurai?
Yes.
So you can name up to 3 movies.
We're
if you
going to
want.
say The Last Samurai featuring Tom Cruise.
Okay. All
That's
right.
the only one we're going
That's
to
the
name.
only one.
Put the Last Ronin too.
And The
'cause
Last Ronin because,
If we take nothing, we'll get it wrong either way.
yeah.
Okay.
So more words the better.
The Last Ronin and Last Samurai. And Ken?
All right, we are going to say Yojimbo, Fistful of Dollars. And
Yep.
I think the Bruce Willis one was called this
It's called The Sixth
Stand,
Sense.
maybe?
Sixth Sense.
The Stand?
The Stand.
Okay. So you're going to get 10 points on that. So it was Yojimbo in 1961, and then they remade it into A Fistful of Dollars with Clint Eastwood, the first of the Spaghetti Western trilogy, and then the last one is called Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing.
We had
I
the
knew
last
it had
part.
I had
Stand
the
in it.
yeah. We got the last right.
So
at
it's
least
That's
one.
0.5 points.
10 points to
We
you
got
guys.
10.
All right. So it's so funny you were talking about Dune. So question number 3. As we all eagerly await Denis Villeneuve's film adaptation of Frank Herbert's novel Dune, the original film adaptation from 1984 that we just said Sting is still in, featured an original soundtrack primarily composed by what rock band who was recently had a resurgence in fandom due to Weezer and drunken karaoke performances? You guys are locked, you think?
Yeah, we're locked.
All right. What are you thinking, Lou?
We're going to go with Toto.
All right. And Ken?
Yeah, Toto.
Toto is correct. So I was in a bookstore and I heard this music and these guys were talking about Dune,
I wouldn't have known.
and I had to look it up, and I was like Toto.
Hear
And
the
I-
sandworms crying in the night.
with an appearance by Sting.
Yeah.
So it is Toto. That's correct. Great job, guys. So we're getting some points here. All right. So number 4. Speaking of Toto, the song I was referencing was Africa, obviously, where you would find the fictional country of Wakanda, the home of the first black superhero in mainstream American comic books, Black Panther. He was not, however, the first African-American superhero in mainstream comics. That title belongs to this character.
All right, we're going to lock in.
Okay.
We're going to guess the Falcon.
Okay. And Team Modern Electric?
We're going to go with
Blade.
We're going to go with Blade.
Blade is a cool character, great guess. But introduced in Captain America number 117 in 1969, it was Falcon.
Right.
Yep. So a lot of people will say Black Panther first, but technically he's African. So the first African American superhero is Falcon. All right.
Look at you guys.
I know they're
On a little bit of a roll
I
here.
was going to say they're on a roll.
going.
Number 5, popularized by the game Portal. This catchphrase is often used to convey the message that a promised gift is being used to motivate without any intent on
Yeah,
delivering.
we're locked in.
All right, Ken or
I actually never played Portal.
Jeff was a little excited there.
I love this game.
But let's start with Modern Electric on this one.
We're going to go with The Cake is a Lie.
All right, and Team Triviality.
Yeah, we went with The Cake is a Lie.
And points to both teams. I have This Cake is a Lie, but I'm going to give you credit because I have no idea. Never played Portal.
Never played it.
Yep, I haven't either.
My wife played it. I just know it peripherally.
And then she went in a portal and she disappeared, or she's still around?
Well, The Cake's a Lie, so.
Okay. All right, after 5 in the second round, the tables have turned once again. So Team Triviality is now at 100 and Team Modern Electric is at 90. So very tight game going into the final 5 here.
Yeah, we do what we must because we can.
Very philosophical, Jeff. Number 6, we just talked about The Cake being a lie. Speaking of cake, the first single off their 2001 album, Comfort Eagle, was used as the theme song to the television show Chuck. What was the name of that song?
Yeah. Give me a sec. I think we're good, though. I was just making sure that was
So
the actual
quick
title.
pretty sure
anecdote.
it is.
For the longest time, I was like, wow, I really like Beck.
Yeah.
And then I realized I didn't like Beck at all, and it was just Cake. I'd been listening to Cake, and I thought it was Beck the whole time.
Just love the trumpet.
Yeah. So to answer number
That one
6,
really went the distance
we're
for
going to
you?
say, I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. I think that probably happened to a lot of people with Cake and Beck.
It's like all one syllable, and they kind of sound the same, except I was like, oh man, yeah, the Beck's really cool. And then it turns out every good Beck song was just Cake.
It was
if-
never there.
And
Yeah.
if Cake is
You're
Scient-
never there. You son
if
of
Cake
a
are
gun.
Scientologists, then it's really, really the same.
Right.
So we were kind of debating what this song was actually called, but we think it's just very descriptive in that he wants a girl with a short skirt
and a long jacket.
The outfit Matt is wearing right now as he roams Chicago, short skirt and long jacket. That's correct.
Nice.
Yeah. So 10 points to Team Triviality. Number 7.
Boom, ba-ba-da-dum.
Yeah. Number 7. In this novel, genetically engineered wasps known as tracker jackers are one of the many obstacles characters have to face in order to survive.
I know this one.
Like you said, mechanical wasps.
Locked in.
Genetically engineered wasps.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Is this a Hitchhiker's one?
let's go with
I
it.
feel like we get a lot of those wrong. It sounds like a Hitchhiker's thing, maybe.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Team Triviality is going with Jeff's favorite pastime, hitchhiking. And what do you got, Harley?
Hunger Games.
It is the Hunger Games.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
I was also thinking Ready Player One, but as we just found out, that was also wrong.
That's right. And if I remember the character of Glimmer, I think she had the nest dropped on her or something, and they stung her so many times she died. So,
Nice.
Hunger Games.
Just like Macaulay Culkin.
I binged
right.
those movies in a weekend and forgot everything about them.
Good.
All right, number
That's
8. Speaking of hunger, before he was the herald
I
and
skip breakfast, you know.
Did you skip breakfast?
Yeah.
You're doing okay though. Speaking of hunger, before he was the herald harbinger of death for the world eater Galactus, what was the name of the Silver Surfer? And bonus point if you can name his home planet.
I don't know that.
And the worst thing is we just, like, a couple days ago put on the, like, 1995 Silver Surfer TV show, and it all, like, tells you that information within the first 9 seconds of
That's what the
show.
best thing about 90s shows was. It told you the whole story and the
So
theme
much
song.
exposition.
But the thing is that there's a microphone in front of your face now.
I know. What you always
So
say, the microphone.
It sucks the information
It does.
right out of your head. We're locked in, by the way.
You're locked in?
we're locked in.
Okay, let's start with Modern Electric.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought his name was like Duran or something like that, but maybe not.
Okay, you're pretty close. Team Triviality?
Matthew McConaughey.
I like to surf these waves. The answer is Norin Rad.
Yeah, Norin Rand.
So you were close. And the planet is
His last
Zen
name's Rad.
Rad, 2 Ds, double D.
That's extra rad.
Yeah, that's
extra rad.
He surfs, bro.
Yeah, he surfs, man. Zen La is the planet he's from. Because on this planet, everyone's Zen.
I always feel zen when I'm driving my Lincoln.
Well, that's the thing about this planet that I love.
So we had a funny thing. We were all watching. Ken was there. We were watching The Lincoln Lawyer, and I've been reading the Lincoln Lawyer novels actually, which are really great. And anyway, so the synopsis of the novel is he does most of his business exclusively from a Lincoln, the back of a Lincoln. And we're watching the movie.
That's not true at all.
He's hardly in the Lincoln in the movie. In the book, he is.
It's just his car.
And so I
False
wanted to go on
advertising.
Amazon or somewhere and write a review that said he is not exclusively doing business out of the back of his Lincoln in this movie.
Misleading title.
Very misleading.
2 out of 5 stars.
2 out of 5. Not enough Lincoln. All right, number 9. In the Doctor Who episode Partners in Crime, the Doctor and his companion Donna Noble encounter vaguely humanoid blobs of fat. The small white aliens are named for this tissue or related name for fat.
We're locked in.
I see it in my head. And I know
They're very cute
they are.
little things.
And I
Porgs?
Hot take. Catherine Tate is David Tennant's best companion.
Oh, a lot of people didn't like her when she was cast.
so the Amphor?
Oh, was that your answer?
Yeah.
Close. Jeff?
We're going with the adipose.
Adipose.
I knew it was an A.
Adipose. You were there with the A.
I was.
So yeah.
I can see their little faces too.
I know, they're so gross. They're like little dittos.
Yeah, that's literally what they are.
Yeah, it's
They're-
like a weight
They're
loss.
flesh colored.
I was
They're not like pink.
lipoma.
Yeah, they're just not
like
pink dittos.
Named
They're-
for adipose fat tissues.
Yeah, people are taking a pill to like lose weight, and these like little like cuddly creatures come out of you as your fat leaves you.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've been watching a lot of Dr. Pimple Popper, so I was like,
It's like
are
living
they lipomas?
liposuction.
What are they?
it's kind of like that, but it just walks around instead, and it's very cute.
Is that what those things are that I've seen crawling around the gym?
Probably the adipose. Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like little tiny Stay Puft Marshmallow Men with with no sailor hat.
I just
Kind
tell
of
you, keep on going. You're doing great.
keep on fighting the good fight.
Those are the adibros.
Last question. This one isn't really geek related, but I hope you guys can get it. I don't know if you will. Speaking of the Who, I was like a little bit of a L'chaim there. I was in Fiddler. I remember L'chaim, the Who. Speaking of the Who, A track they released on their 1967 album, The Who Sell Out, features a rite of passage song where two teenage brothers decide to do what in order to become men. No word if Ricardo Montalban's Mr. Rourke was involved.
Okay, we're just going to lock in here.
Okay, so what is the song about? They're doing something they think is going to be a rite of passage as teenage boys. All right, looks like both teams are locked in. I know this isn't really a geek question, but let's start with Modern Electric. What did you think?
Stay or go.
Stay or go. Okay. All right. And Ken?
Play some pinball.
Oh, that's also a good
It's a
guess.
rite of passage, you know?
If
Find
any
a
of-
dead body. That always makes you grow
Find
up.
a dead body.
So the
Walk
teenagers
along
in
some
this
train tracks.
song,
Didn't do so well for Jerry O'Connell.
they would have gotten a much better deal at the Modern Electric during Geek Bowl here because they got a tattoo.
What?
So if you want to be like Roger Daltrey and Pete Townsend, go to Modern Electric, get a tattoo. And there's great lyrics there. It's like, I got mine with a naked lady. He got his with the word mother. My dad beat me. It's like crazy.
I'd kind of like to be like.
That's crazy.
I'd kind of like to be like Keith Moon, because he's dead.
One
So
time,
much editing
Yeah.
in this episode.
Jeff is like Keith Moon because every time we record 3 games in one day, we have to carry
He's
him off of
basically-
his drum set because he's passed out.
I may do for the end clip a super cut of all the inappropriate stuff out of context.
That's funny.
Make it like a secret track. Make the podcast go on for like another hour.
2 hours.
Just
Yeah.
silence.
It's in reverse.
Going into the final round, it looks like it's still a tight game, but Team Triviality has a slight lead with 120 points and Team Modern Electric with 100. So here are your final categories. You guys can wager 0 to 30 on these. Category number 1, the Penguin. Category number 2, Two-Face. Category number 3, Harley Quinn. Category number 4, Bane. And category number 5, Red Hood. So those are your categories. So think about your wagers and we'll lock those in. Okay, the wagers are locked in. So let's get to these questions. Number 1 was in the category of the Penguin. And since Matt is not here, pretty much none of these categories are going to really matter to the actual question. Question 1. Finnish-American Linus Torvalds is the creator of what platform that features a penguin named Tux as its mascot? Number 2 is in Two-Face. Harvey Dent has saved $50 away to contribute to our Patreon at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast.
God bless him.
But Harvey Dent has a passion for betting, like Matt. So he decides to bet that $50 on Han Solo's chances to successfully navigate an asteroid field in A New Hope. Considering the American odds that Han doesn't want to hear, how much money is Harvey Dent going to get in a payout to donate to our Patreon? Number 3, in the category of Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn may be the clown princess, but this character is the princess of Fire Mountain and the daughter of the Ox King, and also happens to be married to Goku in Dragon Ball Z. Number 4, in the category of Bane. Bane is known for his strength and power. The American version of Power Rangers was loosely based on what Japanese television franchise? And number 5, in the category Red Hood. To date, there have been 5 people that have donned the name of Batman's Robin. Excluding Carrie Kelly from the Elseworlds, can you name 3 out of the 5 of them? All right, and we're going to let these guys talk it over, and we'll be back with the answers. The answers are locked in, so let's get to these questions and see how this is going to shake out. So number 1 was in the category of the Penguin. Finnish-American Linus Torvalds is the creator of what platform that features a penguin named Tux as its mascot? Let's start with Team Triviality.
Yeah, we think it's Linux.
Okay, and Team Modern Electric.
We're going to go with Men's Warehouse.
And we bet 15 points.
15.
And we bet 10.
All right, and the answer is Linux. That's correct. All right, number 2 was in Two-Face. So this one was kind of a little bit of a math and betting problem. Basically, Harvey Dent saved $50 for our Patreon, and he decided to place a bet on the odds that Han Solo could successfully navigate an asteroid field told to him by C-3PO. So you needed the odds from Star Wars and the math to figure it out. So how much money is Harvey Dent going to win, Team Triviality?
I thought it was a bigger number than this, and a more specific number, but I really can't come up with it. So we're saying it's 100 to 1, so $5,000
Okay, and Team Modern Electric?
for 15.
Same thing. I couldn't remember it exactly. As far as the odds go, I feel like it was like 3.2 or 1.2, something super small, but I don't remember. And as far as math, I can't do math.
That's not happening.
And what did you guys wager?
That one we did 10.
10. All right, so C-3PO tells Han Solo The odds are 3,720 to 1. So if you bet $50, you would win $186,000, and the payout would be $186,050.
Okay.
Number 3, it seemed like you guys kind of knew this one, I think. Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn may be the clown princess, but this daughter is the princess of Fire Mountain and the daughter of the Ox King, and also happens to be married to Goku in the Dragon Ball Z series. Team Triviality?
Yeah, so I read the first 3 volumes of Dragon Ball. So I've met this character, but I can't quite remember her name. So we're just saying May.
May. And what did you wager?
15.
Okay. And let's go to Lou over at Modern Electric.
So Goku's wife, Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi is correct. What did you wager?
20.
20. All right. So nice big 20 points there. Number 4 was in the category Bane. Bane is known for his strength and power. The American version of Power Rangers was loosely based on what Japanese television franchise?
We're going to say Kamen Rider.
Okay. And Team Modern Electric?
Probably going to butcher this, but Super Sentai Kyuga Ranger.
All right. So I accidentally had a typo on my page. I put Super Hentai for some reason. But Super Sentai is correct. And what did you wager?
30.
30. All right.
What is hentai, Neal? Can you explain it to me?
We'll get
What is Super Hentai?
Will you I don't want to know. Will you tell me when I'm older, Neal?
Yeah, I'll tell you when you're older. We'll do it on an After Dark episode. All right. And the final question was actually a Batman question, even though all of these were Rogues Gallery members. To date, there have been 5 people that have donned the name of Batman's Robin. Excluding Carrie Kelly from the Elseworlds, can you name 3 out of the 5 of them? Team Triviality.
We're going to say Dick Grayson, Neal, and Matt for
Okay.
15 points.
For 15 points. And Team Modern Electric.
So, quick anecdote. Robin is my favorite comic book character because he's just like Batman, but he's a little kid and he's not absolutely tortured by the death of his parents. So, in order, the first Robin is Dick Grayson, then Jason Todd, then Tim Drake, then Stephanie Brown, then Damian Wayne.
100% correct. And what did you wager?
30.
Ooh, big swing there. All right, so let's tabulate these scores. I think it's going to be pretty close here. All right, well, don't call it a comeback, but it looks like the game changed hands one more time. So Team Triviality ended with 75 points, and today's cream of the crop, Modern Electric, with 160 points.
The cream of the crop!
Nice game, guys.
Very nice.
That was all Lou.
Just dunking on him.
Not me.
Good job.
Yeah, great final round there. So everyone can find you guys at tmetattoo.com. We also know that you have some Instagrams they can check out your artwork on. So you want to start, Lou, where can they find you?
My Instagram is at Lou_Skywalker.
Okay, and Harley?
Mine is at har_wars_tattoo.
Awesome. Well, check them out on Instagram. Check out their artwork. Ken likes to show off his tattoos. They always look great. So you guys are not going to be disappointed. Modern Electric is in Forest Park. If you're coming in for Geek Bowl or you're local to Chicago, get 10% off of your sit-in appointment with them if you reach out between February 4th and March 9th. Any last words, guys, before we let you go?
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, thanks for doing it.
I learned how much nerdy stuff I don't know.
I realized I just know the worst nerd things. The most useless.
No, that's all right. You guys did great. You ended up being victorious today, so that was good. Jeff and Ken, any last words from you guys?
We'll see you guys soon.
All right.
I'll be in the shop
Absolutely. Sounds good.
for my Super Soaker.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what, like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Is that a
It's
tattoo?
coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to get like the green Super Soaker? Ooh,
Yeah.
nice. Classic.
Amazing.
Maybe I'll join you guys there and get my first tattoo, possibly.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Maybe. So before we let you go, one more time, we're doing our party at Bar Louie Printers Row, Thursday, March 5th, starting at 7 p.m. Just go to the Eventbrite link you can find in all of our private groups. Whether you are a listener of Triviality, Complete the List, Misinformation, Sports Trivia Face-Off, Something Birds, Trivia Warfare, or a member of the Illuminati. Lots of fun to be had there. We can't wait to see you all. And for you to hear the music provided by our friend Jason Borsum at Liquid Courage and the on-demand t-shirt printing from inkedonscreen.com.
Be there or be somewhere else.
Correct.
Less fun.
And it's okay to be square, as Huey Lewis taught us. So if you want to be square and come, it's all right. So for Jeff, Ken, not Matt, who decided not to come,
Yeah, Matt.
Harley, and Lou, my name is Neal, and that was Triviality. The best commentary of all time, I think, might be Arnold Schwarzenegger for Conan the Barbarian, because he's really drunk. And he's like, I beat up this guy, and I beat up that guy.
I thought that was Total Recall.
He does on that one too, I
See,
think.
I'm a construction worker here, but I'm not really a construction worker.
He has the best commentaries because he just states fact, but in his voice, and he's drunk.